Another downside coming along with an absolute highlight on our second day in Cairo. Today's highlight for me were not the pyramids of Giza, they should get the highest score. It's the only remaining of the 7 world wonders of the ancient world. The pyramids did not disappoint, and the camera ride was also great. But this was just as good as it was expected. The real highlight came in the afternoon, after a good meal served under the Sphinx's solemn supervision. Zabbaleen is a neighborhood where hell and heaven seem to meet. Hell first. Cairo produces unimaginable large amounts of trash each day. And the people at Zabbaleen, most of them are Coptic Christians, from the lowest and poorest level of society, have taken on the task of recycling. The whole neighborhood is like a large factory of collecting, sorting, packing, shipping trash. This is mostly done in family units, children and all. Piles of trash being processed everywhere. Please close the windows of our bus.
We turn on the air conditioner.
Even without the chance to get much of the smell of this place, we would get a vivid impression of what life is like in this city, just watching through the bus windows.
Families, because the majority, you can say 90% of people were here were Christians, and they decided to build them a church here.
Up the hill climbs our bus, passing people working as its way through narrow streets lined up with graffiti. God loves you. And colorful images of the Virgin. After the last curve, heaven opens up.
The story of a church, when you enter the church, it's like part of heaven. Believe me.
The huge stone cross marks the entrance to St. Simon Church.
Okay, let's go.
And right behind, a flying fox. A group of youth having fun with a ride between heaven and earth. Boys playing soccer on a plaza in front of a cafeteria. Joyful life, starkly contrasting with the scenes we have witnessed only minutes ago. Looking down over the city of Cairo, partly enshrouded in ever-present smoke, the silhouette of the largest mosque in the Middle East. And up on this miracle mountain, a church, if you can call it a church. From an architectural perspective, I would rather call it an arena, if it weren't partly shielded by the mountain itself. A huge cavity had been created above the arena.
Its ceiling is heaven, and this is opposite than any building that they do. To make the church here is not to add bricks or cement or to add rocks. It's to remove rocks. They made an explosion to remove, then to make the church. Imagine how many tons have been moved from here. The biggest one was done here for making the altar and the iconostasis there. And naturally, when the big piece went down, they found above, it's this picture of Mary carrying Jesus. It was like naturally carved in the stone up there. Up here, there's carving of Jesus Christ, crucifixions, and many verses that you might read in English and some in Arabic. Imagine that's how this changed the life of the whole people.
A Korean group is presently seated there for a Bible lesson or perhaps a sermon. I pick out the word Jesus all the time. Soon they close by singing hymns. Not only that traditional Sunday services of the Coptic communities are held in this place, we learn, Each Thursday, a prayer and healing meeting is conducted here. Persons who have received divine healing are requested to proceed to a side room to document their testimonies. Okay, this is really a church. A place where Jesus meets the poor, the humble, the needy, and where the word of salvation is preached. Ecclesia, the community of the followers of their Lord. This being Egypt, one church is not enough. Right across the street, St. Mark Church awaits its visitors, also decorated with reliefs with New and Old Testament scenes, Bible verses chiseled in Arabic and in English. This church is actually a huge cave with large openings to the east and to the west. Youth worship services are held here, and sparrows have found a place under the roof. Heaven meeting earth. No place left for hell. Getting a little taste of the Orient and Cairo nightlife before we leave for the Cairo International Airport. The night flight with Yemeni Airlines will first take us to Seyoun in mainland Yemen and then on to our final destination, Socotra Island.